Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the next session. So today we are going to discuss about a problem on SVD, that is singular value decomposition. Alright, so the problem is something like this. You can see here. So we need to find out the MIMO capacity and optimal power allocation for the individual channels here. So in problem they are given a channel matrix, that is H 2 minus 6 0, then 3 4 0 0 0 2. Okay, so they have also given the power, that is total power equal to minus 1.25 dB, and noise power, that is sigma n square, they have given it as 3 dB. Right, so these are the components which are given, and we need to solve this for the MIMO capacity and optimal power allocation like P1, P2, P3. Okay, so like this we need to do. Alright, so first we should begin with finding out the value of sigma n square in terms of the normal value, like they have given in dB, so we need to convert it. So they have given sigma n square equal to 3 dB, right? Then we will be getting it in terms of normal value as 2. So how we are getting is something like this. So we'll be writing 10 log uh, 10 of 3, then the normal value, if we take, it will be equal to 10 to the power then like 3 by 10 we need to write, so 3 by this value. So when you do this one, 10 to the power 3 by 10, so it is nearly equal to 2. So let me just show with the help of calc as well. Alright guys, so I have got my Casio here. So 10 to the power like 3 by 10. So hope you will be able to see. Then when I calculate this one, it is 1.99, so which clearly indicates that it is nearly equal to 2. So that's why I written 2 here. So do the same thing for this one as well. 10 to the power like minus 1.25 by 10, so you'll be getting 0.75, right? So we are done with sigma n square and p. So next thing is the columns of the matrix are orthogonal, so we need to check that one whether they are orthogonal or not, that because that is the important property. Okay, so then what I will do, I will just take C1 Hermitian C2. So C1 is this one and C2 is this one, so just multiply these two columns, we will be getting the result like this. Alright, so it is 0. You can check those out. And then now I will try to find out the singular value decomposition, that is for the given matrix H. So I have got 230 minus 640 and 002. The next thing what I want to do is SVD. So how we are going to do SVD? It is basically first find out the normal value. So normal is square root of 2 square plus 3 square. So I have written here square root of 4 plus 9, that is 13. And for second column the normal will be square root of 6 square, that is 36, plus square root of 4 square, that is 16. So it will come up to 52. And similarly for third it will be square root of 4 and it is 2. So just write those things here, like 2 by, for first one it is root 13, 3 by root 13, minus 6 by root 52, 4 by root 52, 0 0, and it is 1 here, right? So once you have done this one, how I am writing this one, because see, we have calculated the normal, so we have divided this quantity, then we need to multiply this with the same normal quantity in order to compensate for the equation. So what I am doing, take the normal of each and multiply in the diagonal form. So for first column the normal is root 13, put it here, and then rest element should be 0 here because we are multiplying for this element here, right? For the second one it is root 52, and for third one it is 2, right? So I have multiplied this normal matrix now. Now next thing is, we know important property of SVD, that these values sigma 1, sigma 2, sigma 3, so the value which is here should be greater than the value which is here and which is here. But in case it is but in this case it is not here like this. Root 52 is greater than root 13 and 2, so I want my root 52 in the first position, so I need some adjustments here. So what I will be doing, see, so first I will try to switch these columns here. So like what I will be doing, uh, okay, so minus 6 by root 52, so I will flip this one. So if I flip columns of this one, then I need to flip the rows of this one, like I want this quantity in the first row so that I can flip again in column wise. So to flip row wise I need to flip this one column wise. So what I'm doing, interchange first and second column. So you can see here minus 6 by root 52 and then 4 by root 52 0, so I have interchanged this one. Next, interchange these two rows here. Alright, so we have flipped the rows here. You can see root 13 is come a bit down, and the root 52 is in the first row. Alright, so next what I want to do is I want to shift this root 50 to the first position. So what I will be doing, just don't do any changes to this one. What we'll be doing, write this one as it is and then change this column wise. So what I'm doing, root 52 I'm writing in this as a first column, so root 52 0 0, and it is right, I'm writing the first column as the second one. So 0, root 13 and 2 0, so other things are same, that is the third column. Okay, so then what I want to do is how I am writing like this, so wherever there is non-zero quantity just put it as 1, and wherever there is a zero quantity leave it as it is. So this is basically the identity multiplication. So 1 1 and 1, like this. If I multiply, then it will be in the form of h equal to u summation v Hermitian. So v Hermitian matrix I have got now. Okay, so next thing what I will be doing is I'm writing the sigma 1, sigma 2 and sigma 3 values from the this matrix over here. Okay, so this is sigma 1, this is sigma 2 and this is sigma 3. Okay, so once I write these things, then I will just calculate sigma 1 square, that is 52, sigma 2 square and sigma 3 square, which I will be using in the future. Okay, so now we have got three non-zero singular values. Now it's time to find out the channel capacity, that is Shannon capacity it is also called. So corresponding to the power P1, P2 and P3, how they will be um, divided between the three independent channels here. So I know this formula, C equal to log 2 1 plus P1 sigma 1 square divided by sigma n square, plus similarly log 2 1 plus P2 sigma 2 square by sigma n square. So just write this formula, and after that for P1 P2 P3, because there are three uh, singular values here. Okay, so then just put the values of sigma 1 square here, that is 52, and sigma n square they have already given it as 2, so you can see here. Okay, so after that 1 plus p2 and sigma 2 square is 13, you can see from the above equations, right? And then 1 plus p3 by 2. So like this I will be writing like it is named as a equation. Okay, so after that what I want to do is I will just calculate the total power, which is equal to 0.75. So the total power will be equal to 0.75. It is from the fact that total power they are given 0.75, right? So I need to find out the Lagrangian constant. So that is 1 by lambda. I will use this equation, I equal to 1 to t 1 by lambda minus sigma n square by sigma I square plus equal to p, that is the total individual powers is equal to the total power in from the all the channels. Like I will giving it as equation 1. So then I will just put the values p1 p2 and p3 here. So 1 by lambda sigma n square is 2, and sigma I will put 1 here, so sigma 1 square will be 52. So I know that one, sigma 1 square is 52. So then just I will put those values, I will be getting this equation, which is equal to 0.75. Sigma n square is 2 everywhere, and sigma 1 square, sigma 2 square and sigma 3 square. So I will substitute those values, and next thing is to find out 1 by lambda. So I can do like this. So I will just divide these things here. So 2 by 4 is 1 by 2, 2 by 52 is 1 by 26. Then take 1 by lambda one side and other things, and just do the math here. So you'll be getting 1 by lambda equal to 0.48. Alright, so now we will try to allocate power to each channel. So check how much power they will be getting. So if the power is positive, then it is valid, and if it is negative, it is not valid. So I will just try to find out the power for first channel, 1 by lambda minus 1 by 26. How I am writing this one is from the fact that 1 by lambda minus 1 by 26. So from this one, then second power, then third power. So these three individuals I will be using here. Okay, so 0.48 I have got already, and 1 by 26, if I do the math, I am getting 0.441. This is positive, fine with power 1. And for the second one, that is P2 equal to 1 by lambda minus 2 by 13. So the next power which I will be getting is 1 by lambda minus 2 by 13, which will be coming up to 0.32. And similarly, if I do for third one, I am getting minus 0.02, which is not valid because it is in terms of negative. So negative power will be not, I mean negative power will be not allowed here. So what I will do, I will just discard this third channel. So third channel will be not allocated with any power here. So I will just discard this one, then I will be left with only two channels. Then I need to redefine the Lagrange constant as well. So I'm doing it here. So 1 by lambda minus 1 by 26 plus 1 by lambda minus 2 by 13, which is equal to 0.75. Again the total power I need to allocate between these two channels here, P1 and P2. So what I will do, just again calculate 1 by lambda, which will be coming up to 0.4712. Okay, so then again I will calculate with the same equations, 1 by lambda minus 1 by 26. So I will be getting the power for first channel as 0.4327, and for second channel I will be getting up to 0.3174. So after that I will convert them to the dB scale by multiplying it with the help of 10 log 10 of 0.4327. So if I do that one, minus 3.63 I will be getting, and for P2 I am getting minus 4.98. Okay, so these two powers are positive and then these are valid powers. So now I will find out the total power here. So I will be doing that one. You can see here C maximum 1 plus 0.4327 into 52. That is basically 1 plus the whatever power is allocated for first one, P1 into 52 by 2. So log to 1 plus, I'm writing from this one here. Okay, these two I'm using here to find out the total power from equation A. Okay, so from equation A, 1 plus P1 into 52 by 2. So P1 value I'm getting here, so I'm substituting that one here. Okay, so P1 value and P2 value. Hope you got that. Okay, so after this, I will be getting 5.23 bits per second per hertz I will be getting. So this is the optimal power allocation for these two channels here. So next, MIMO transmission scheme can be derived. So I have got the matrix, that is V matrix here. So from the SVD here, so 0 1 1 0 0 0 0 1. So I'm getting it from here over here, right? So from here I will be getting, okay, so then I will be using that one. So you can see V1 V2 V3 are the three vectors, they're independent vectors. Then we will be writing for x as x equal to v1 v2 v3, and x1 tilde x2 tilde and x3 tilde. So this is the formula which I'm using. So you can see x3 tilde will be equal to 0 as power allocated for that one is 0. So I'm discarded this one, so I will be left with v1 into x1 tilde plus v2 into x2 tilde. So v1 value I'm here, I'm having here 0 and 0. Then x1 tilde can be written as square root of p1 into b1. Similarly for v2 I'll be writing and p2 into b2. So P1 I know power, and square root of that if I take, then I will be getting 0.65, and B1 is as it is, and 0.56 B2 is as it is. So these are the channel attenuations here. So when I will put those things, then I will be getting the MIMO transmission scheme. So this is how we can solve the problems which are related to MIMO system. So hope you got the idea how to do the things. So thank you guys. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.